Why, yes, J-Pen, I do love tacos.
Oh, I'm not on. Am I on?
I can hear you, yes.
You hear? I don't hear me.
Your headphones aren't working then.
Gosh darn it to heck.
You know what? We're just trying to be great.
There I am. We're recapping the year.
2021.
We are.
It's almost over.
It is almost over. It's like one day away.
It's over somewhere.
Yeah, you're right.
In some country.
And we're going to talk about some of the biggest moments that have happened in 2021. So let's get right to it.
Let's do it.
Step into the limelight.
All right. Welcome everyone to Limelight Live Show on the Good News Radio as well as on the Mayday.com. I am your girl, Shariq May.
I'm your boy, J. K. You already know what it is.
And it's Thursday, December 30th, the second to last day of what is to be the monumental year of 2021.
I hated this year. I didn't hate it, but I hated it. But I loved it and I hated it.
You know, like, it's so interesting because I see all these posts about people like, we don't want to hear about, you know, you going into the new, let's just brace ourselves and be quiet and just,
don't touch nothing, walk in carefully,
tiptoe into 2022, please.
Yes.
Don't.
That's how I'm doing it.
Yeah.
I'm tiptoeing.
Definitely. What's up with you, Kelvin?
Nothing. Just, loving my new car.
Tell me about it.
It's right outside. Did you not see it?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, Kelvin got a new Tesla this year.
Tesla and Bing Bonnie. Okay,
Yeah.
you sparkle it up. Congratulations,
Thank
sir.
you. Had it for about 3 weeks now.
You love it?
Love it.
Is it all it's cracked up to be?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So simple and sleek.
You know, I'm ready for my electric vehicle.
Yeah, I recommend it.
I want one.
Have you seen gas prices? I recommend it.
Especially in California.
He gave me a breakdown of how much he spends on recharging that thing, and I said, "Oh, that's the move."
Okay.
That's the move.
I'm actually waiting for the. I'm in the Cadillac family, so I'm waiting for that lyric to drop, and that's.
Is that the electric car for Cadillac?
Cadillac's first electric vehicle. Okay. That's what we're doing. But congratulations,
sir. Thank you.
That's awesome. So yeah, we're rounding out 2021. It's been one heck of a year. We've laughed, we've cried, we've been stressed out, we've had new opportunities.
Yes.
We've embraced the culture. Many
embraced
of them.
The pandemic.
We settled into the pandemic. We got pump fakes, thought we were coming out, and then they were like, nope, get right back on in the house.
You thought.
We are in the thick of it at this moment, but we're all getting by, we're all getting through. And overall, this has been a year.
It has been a year. And so I think we should recap it.
Let's do it.
We should do that. Before we do that, of course, I need to give one final good shout out to our episode sponsor. Yes, I've been saying it every time we've been on the air all month, and I'm gonna say it again because I need to come visit them. I didn't get my nails done there, but I will. I'm coming. But shout out to D Slaps Beauty Bar. This show is sponsored by D Slaps Beauty Bar. Ladies, there is only one place you want to go get your nails done for the holiday season, and that's D Slaps Beauty Bar. And in this case, you want to get your nails done for the new year.
Right.
But come get spoiled with their complimentary mango mimosas and a variety of snacks as you receive your manicure, pedicure, and maybe something different like a good milk bath foot massage. D Slaps Beauty Bar also offers body sculpting and top quality facials for special customers like yourself. Stop by D Slaps Beauty Bar located in Torrance at 24401 Hawthorne Boulevard and get the treatment that you deserve. Again, Torrance, 24401 Hawthorne Boulevard, and just ask for Tiana or Mocha and tell them that you heard it right here on Limelight Live on the Good News Radio.
And their Instagram is D Slaps Nails, the number 1.
D Slaps Nails number 1.
I've been checking them out. Okay, I just want to know who is D and who did D slap.
Please shut up.
I just want to know.
Please shut up.
Their number is 213-332-3888.
Okay.
So yeah,
Make an
holla at us.
appointment.
We coming through, D, whoever you is. But no,
Mhm.
that's awesome. I got to get it together. You have any plans for the New Year's Eve?
Well, with the current surges in LA with COVID, like I'm going to gather. I'm going to gather with our favorite guest, Alvinus. He's actually cooking some gumbo, and me being from New Orleans, I have to see how good he actually makes it.
Okay.
So he's gonna cook some gumbo, and we're gonna have a very small gathering, limited quantity of people at his place, and we're gonna ring in the new year there. Calvin, are you coming?
I'm just picking up.
Oh, he's just coming. He's just coming with the.
You're coming to
drives
pick
by
up
with the
a
bowl.
plate
Yeah,
and
pick up-
leave.
Yeah, pretty much.
Why?
I just want to be home.
He wants some gumbo.
But I want to eat gumbo at home. And then I thought Ryan was gonna go. And he's not. He forfeited his place. So I'm taking it from my dad.
Oh,
So yeah. So swap.
oh, is that
Oh,
is
this
that
is
how
a
that
real
works?
arrangement.
Oh yeah. I mean, Alvinus doesn't know yet, but
Oh, okay. So I'm
I-
not sure if that arrangement is valid.
but
okay.
from my understanding, I didn't know that we were all gonna stay there. You know what I mean? I thought it was like, oh, just hey, what's up? Come through.
I
All right.
mean,
Well, maybe next year we can have a gumbo cook-off.
ooh.
You know.
Do you know how to make some?
No, but I'm gonna figure it out. And the funny thing is, I actually put it out there in the atmosphere. I just kind of said it out loud in front of one of my really good friends, Desalina. I was like, I want gumbo because this year marks the end of my 10-year journey as a vegetarian / vegan / pescatarian. So
A lot of things happen for you this
I've been
year.
eating all the meats. And I said this year I want gumbo because I haven't had it in over 10 years. So this is what's happening. And I think this is going to be the most appropriate way for me to welcome in the new year. So I'm excited.
Nice.
And I wonder whose gumbo going to be better.
We're going to find out. We're going to find out. I'm having an issue. I can't hear properly on this. So I'm going to change my headphones real quick.
Well, while you do that, I'm just going to kick it off into our flashlight topics. Let's do it.
Our final flashlights of 2021.
Let's do it.
Light,
Okay.
Play it
All
again,
right.
Calvin.
flashing, light.
All right. So we're going to start with this one because it's been viral. It's been near and dear to most of our hearts. We ushered in the end of an era. That is the era of Insecure on HBO. Luckily, I was around some pretty awesome people. We were at Black House for J Pen's event, his Insecure HBO event. It was the final episode. We didn't watch the documentary there.
No, we didn't.
But I watched it at home that night, and I was bawling.
Were you?
Yes.
Yeah.
But I'm at a loss for words. It was a good episode.
Yeah.
It definitely spun us for a loop. And I think that on top of the documentary just really made me appreciate Issa and her team and her people and everything that they put together and just how they completely shifted the culture in terms of Black representation on TV and film. Actors, actresses, people behind the scenes, all the opportunities that she gave to people. And it just seems so selfish and authentic.
Yeah. I think she knew what she wanted from the beginning, and I feel like Issa's the type of person who manifested that.
Yeah.
She said, this is my agenda. I want to put Black people on, and I want to do it my way, and I want to do it authentically. And she took nothing less than that. Like, she accepted nothing less, and I think she executed that in a way that really it changed the culture. Like, it moved the culture forward in a way that, saw her. A good friend of mine says he sees Issa, the types of moves she's making now at her age, he sees her kind of being like the next Oprah, just kind of like being that mogul. But I feel like Issa is going to be,
she has her own lane.
Yeah, she has her own lane. She's going to be the type of mogul that, it just feels
that we
like,
identify more with, because I think with Oprah, I mean, granted we're way younger than Oprah, but I think with Oprah she's like more of like an auntie or like a mom figure,
right?
Whereas Issa is like, she's one of us,
right?
She's from around the way,
right? And Issa's coming up in a time where a lot of people are awake to certain things, and things are being called out in ways that should have been happening decades ago. And
she worked her butt off. What I thought was really cool too is I don't Twitter a lot. That's even the proper verbiage. I don't Twitter. I don't be on Twitter. that often, but I had to that night because I knew Twitter was going to be lit. And it was just so awesome just to see all of the responses and the feedback, and just learning that she dropped some gems. Like, she had some actors from Black and Sexy TV that were on there. Shout out to Dennis Dortch at Black and Sexy TV, and then she had some people from Awkward Black Girl.
Yeah.
So she really paid homage to her roots and the people that came up with her. And that's something like I would do. So to see someone in her position doing that, it's like, yo, you can do this and still be a good person and be in this industry, because the industry just has such a bad reputation. And to get this far as she's gotten unscathed with the negativity and the jealousy, I'm sure she has it, but it's not prominent enough to dim her light. And I think that's amazing.
I just can't get over it. Issa Rae is my hero.
I know. So
I've said that before.
What do you think we're gonna? I mean, Harlem is good.
Harlem is great. I love Harlem.
There's a couple.
Queens is not.
No. What the Run This Town? I think, or something.
Run the World.
Run the World.
Run the World.
Run the World is
I
pretty
still haven't seen it.
You got to see it.
Okay.
Run the World was
What's it
pretty
on?
good. It is Stars.
It's on
I
Stars.
think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Run the World is pretty good. So I definitely think she, like you said, she created a platform for other amazing Black content to come out. I just know they're always going to be compared to Insecure, unfortunately for them.
Yeah.
But I'm excited. I'm excited.
You've got shoes to fill.
Yeah. So shout out to Issa and Insecure and the whole team over there for just going out with a bang in 2021. I love it.
I love it. Next up, so it's okay to not be okay. So a number of celebrities and stars and athletes really took mental health very seriously and very publicly this year, particularly Simone Biles and Naomi Osaka, who took a stand against the media and took a stand against, the industry, the sports industry, and letting them know that they were going to take their mental health seriously and they were going to take care of it themselves first. Before being there for an audience. And to me, that was extremely striking, because that was so brave. And the fact is, they had all eyes on them and they had so much criticism and stuff and whatnot. But these two very young but strong and powerful Black women said, no, this is what it is. You have to take care of yourselves. And that was just something that was, to me, really impressive. And there were a variety of celebrities that kind of took a stance on mental health and stuff. We were just speaking the last time we were here. We were talking about JoJo and her last album. And the album is called Trying Not to Think About It. And it's literally, she walks you through a journey of the ups and downs and the highs and lows of depression. She talks about the breakthroughs and going back down. Is Adele, Adele in her latest album, she heavily talked about that, and she had to take a mental note and realize when she released her previous work, people identified it with like, oh, the guy, he's like, fuck you, he always did. And she had to take a second and realize, why am I always mad at him? I have to take some responsibility, and she had to be super reflective, and she tapped into her own depression and where she came and stuff. So a lot of celebrities really utilize their platforms in to address mental health.
And let's be clear, this was a big feat because it was not without controversy.
Right.
A lot of people were like, yo, you got one job, Simone Biles.
Yeah.
Do them flips, girl.
Yeah.
What's going on? Naomi, you pick up that tennis racket. What you talking about? You get paid millions of dollars.
They're one-dimensional beings.
And it's definitely a generational thing.
Yeah.
Because the generations that, I don't know if they're considered millennials or Gen Zers.
I believe they're Gen Z.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I know as a millennial in the in-between generation, we were taught to, grin it and bear it. You got a job to do, you go out there and you do it.
Yep.
And I just think that that's amazing. And I actually just finished a chapter in Will Smith's book. That was another huge thing that happened, I think, this year, where he talks about that.
Yeah.
How he was so conditioned for success. And he was taught that 99% was equivalent to 0.
Yeah.
And it took him some deep internal reflection to realize, like, wait, no.
Yeah.
I deserve a break.
Yeah.
So shout out to them. I'm with it.
Yeah.
I'm all for taking breaks.
I'm all with it.
Kelvin loves taking breaks.
Oh, you know it.
And let's keep, I hope, as we move into 2022, and who knows what this new Omicron variant thingy is going to do, and if it's going to have us back in the house.
This onomatopoeia.
Who knows? But I hope everyone is still taking out that necessary time to take care of themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. Next up, which isn't so much, this was news, not creative news, but Officer Derek Chauvin was found guilty of all 3 charges in the murder of George Floyd. And the reason why I put this in here is because this trial was so significant and so important. It was the first time, unfortunately, I think, that we've really seen justice in one of these like murders
Our
at the hands of
progress
police.
towards justice.
Yeah.
Because justice
Progress,
would
yeah.
be it not happening.
Correct.
Definitely.
It's one step. And we've got so far to go.
Yeah.
We really do. But I wanted to point that out just because, like, this needs to happen. It needs to happen so much more. It's
It was a monumentous time in our culture, I think, too. And I think that's why it's important that we highlight it, because so much has happened because of it. Even the other trial that happened with that little boy, Kyle Rittenhouse.
Yeah.
That incident happened during protests.
Yeah.
For what happened to George Floyd. A lot of artists came together. A lot of people in the creative industries used their voice to speak out about this.
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle's comedy special, was about this incident that happened. What was it? 8 minutes?
8 minutes.
Yeah. I thought that particular comedy special where he talked just about the plight of being Black in America. And he, kind of used it as a symbolism for what we go through in general as Black and brown people. It definitely affected the culture. And, as we saw with the Kyle Rittenhouse trial where he was found not guilty, it may not have, changed fully in the way that we want it to, but we're making strides and we're making steps.
Yeah.
And that other lady, that cop lady, got found guilty too recently.
Kim Potter.
Yeah.
Kim
Potter. Yeah. She killed the young 18-year-old boy. She was found guilty too. So I'm having hope, but I will feel better when it stops.
Yeah. Yeah. It needs to stop.
Oh yeah.
Now.
Thank you. Okay, moving on.
Shifting gears.
Britney Spears, her conservatorship ended this year. This was a long battle, particularly that kind of happened because her fans.
I was gonna say,
like, they went on the whole hashtag Free Britney thing, Free Britney movement. They literally created a movement because they saw something was wrong, something was off. Britney's life was being controlled by her father and her management. In a conservatorship that way. If you think about it, who does this happen to?
Who? Old people.
Right.
Old and senile.
And it usually only happens to women. So when you reflect and look at it like that, in what regard, you don't ever hear about this type of thing happening to a man.
No.
And so just because of the impact that Britney has had on pop music, pop culture, and her army of fans that have been dedicated to her, they wanted to see her free. And I mean, I shout out to her fans, really. Like, it was just, they just wanted the best for her.
And shout out to Britney for giving us the new meme sound as we go into 2022 with her vocal riff that she did
go
last
off
week.
in that bathroom.
Okay, Britney, I will be laughing for some time.
Did you see people have like placed it over Mary Mary's shackles?
No, I have not.
Yes, go. Oh my gosh. And I was like, actually, low key, they were saying, they were like, it slaps. Like,
I have not seen. You have to show me what we got.
I will show you.
That is hilarious. Well, shout out to Britney and what did the Britney Peak fans call themselves?
What are they? What, I don't know what
you
her
got
fans.
you got Rihanna Navy.
Yeah.
I don't know what are Britney fans.
Okay, the Free Britney movement. I think that's what.
Yeah.
Shout out to y'all.
Yeah,
on the
Twitters. Y'all did that.
That's what's up.
So shout out. Next up. So I'm an MCU fan, so I have to throw this in there. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings made history as MCU's first Asian-led superhero release, and this movie was incredible. It really was. I mean, Shang-Chi himself, he's quite the incredible hero, and the story that they released, the story that they did through this movie was so beautifully shot and written. I appreciated it. I'm glad that there was Asian representation in a hero film.
Mm-hmm.
It was a box office hit. And and it's beautiful. There's going to be more to come from this
I'm
family
excited.
of stars, family of heroes.
It's one of the better origin stories too.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
liked it a lot. Shout out to the auntie because she got a lot of she getting checks. honey.
Oh,
Oh,
what's
yeah.
her
What's her
name?
name?
Michelle Yeoh.
She has
and she-
another movie coming out that looks
Yeah,
bomb,
yeah.
where
Yeah.
she's,
And
like,
she's been
doing
around for a
characters.
while.
Oh, she's
like,
an OG in the game.
yeah.
Yeah, she's my Asian auntie.
I loved her.
I
I
love
loved
her.
her scenes. No, she's
Yeah,
she's
she's
great.
dope. Shout out
So-
to Marvel. Y'all been doing it this year.
y'all been doing it. And
I
of
still
course-
haven't seen the Eternals.
You haven't seen it yet?
No.
It's good.
It's
It's
good.
good?
It's good. Yeah.
Okay.
I saw it with him.
Yeah, I saw it with you.
with him.
It was
and-
good.
Yeah.
They've been talking bad about it though.
Yeah, we
I think because people had expectations. It's not like other Marvel
No.
films. It's
Okay.
not, but it's still good in its
Is
own
it more
right.
DC-ish?
no, it was actually good. So
it's
it
just-
wasn't DC.
Oh.
Yeah, no.
I think there's elements of drama in
Okay.
that film, and I mean story and good storytelling,
Okay.
and good
Yeah.
acting.
I
It was
mean,
great
Angelina
acting.
Jolie
You know,
is in it, so I
Yeah,
had high
there's
expectations.
I think there's fewer gimmicks in this film.
Okay.
You know, which kind of to me places it in the realm of like, you know, I think it's Oscar worthy.
Oh,
But,
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
It
Okay.
won't be because the whole superhero
Right.
genre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
but it was good. I highly recommend. I
Yeah.
highly recommend.
But
Speaking of the MCU, this feels like this happened so long ago, but no, this happened in January.
It was just this year.
just this year, but the
What?
Disney Plus shows started this year.
Yeah.
Can you believe that? Yeah,
What?
it was
The
just in
longest year ever.
January where WandaVision, the very first MCU release for TV via Disney Plus,
Mhm.
was released, followed by The Falcon and the Winter
Which
Soldier,
I love.
Loki,
Loki,
the What If series, and then the most recently finished Hawkeye series, which was good.
You watched it?
I did.
I still haven't.
You haven't watched it?
Nah.
Watch.
really
It's
good. I
very
finished
very
it.
holiday. Like it was
Oh,
perfect.
okay.
They made it so it was like good holiday viewing for me.
It's
See, I can't
Hawkeye.
even talk about it how I want to talk about it because you haven't watched it.
My bad.
But there's a
It's-
particular character that just I live for. that's-
Echo?
No,
Kate?
Oh, Kingpin.
the little sister.
Oh,
Oh. Oh no, I'm sure he knows that.
Oh, did you know?
what?
Yelena.
Who's that?
Okay, see, he don't.
Okay,
know.
never mind. Never mind.
Whoops. No,
I'm excited
gonna-
to see her. Though,
Yes, no,
for-
I love her.
I love her.
I
so
love her.
much.
And that's what was really cool about these Disney Plus shows is
They're
they've
tying everything
introduced-
together.
they've introduced a whole bunch of new characters
Yeah.
that are going to play larger roles in the broader MCU aspect. I'm
Mhm.
sorry, my nerd is coming out again, guys. Like that's
Sure.
just
Did you see a new Spider-Man movie or not yet?
Of course I did.
Okay. Check this out.
It was
'cause
amazing.
You know how Daredevil was in that, and then they announced Kingpin, the same Kingpin, the actor from the show
Yeah.
Daredevil. So I thought that was pretty cool. How
Yeah.
so that's the only spoiler I saw. Like, oh, Kingpin's in there, and then you see Spider-Man and Daredevil actors there too. So.
Yeah, Marvel did their thing this year.
They
They
did.
did their thing.
They
I'm
did.
gonna have to get in with
Which one was your
Marvel.
favorite? Which one was your favorite series? from this year?
You know what? So I'm gonna say it's WandaVision,
Yeah.
and I'm rewatching it right now. I just started
I'm gonna
rewatching
rewatch
it again.
Mhm.
And as I'm watching it, because I know what I know now that's
Mhm.
happened this year, and it makes the experience so much different.
Yeah.
Because there are certain scenes and the way Wanda reacts to certain things, and the way Agatha's reacting to things, and the way Monica. I was like,
I can't wait for my.
if I already knew,
yeah.
oh my goodness,
I feel you, but me personally, I'm torn between Falcon and Loki.
yeah,
I think Loki just was like amazing.
Loki
how
was
how they
incredible.
told the story and
Yeah.
how they brought everything together.
Yeah.
And the comedy was amazing.
Mhm.
But the reason why I like Falcon and the Winter Soldier is because I liked the content
Mhm.
and how
Yeah.
they tied it into blackness.
Yeah.
And how
Yeah.
they tied it into the social commentary with the original well, he wasn't a Captain America, but he had the
he had the
he had
super soldier
yeah, he was
serum.
one of the super soldiers.
Isaiah Washington.
No.
That was his name. No,
Yep.
that's his grandson's name.
Yeah. But
John
I
Washington.
thought that to
No.
me that brought a tear to my eye. And my dad, because my dad's a super Marvel geek too.
Yeah.
So we had a
Nice.
good conversation.
Yeah.
He was like, we needed that
Yeah.
moment
Mhm.
because we've been a part of this MCU universe. And it's not just Black Panther.
Mhm.
Now we're seeing that there's more representation.
Yeah.
So I'm torn between those two. WandaVision, I might have to go watch it again. But those two were
Trust
awesome
me,
to
after you've seen the slate that happened this year, you go back and watch it. Like that's what it's been for me. It's been very like, yo, there's a lot
Little Easter
more
eggs.
underneath
Yeah.
Got you.
the tone of that show. That's
Okay.
very really dope. So
Okay, I'll go check it out.
Yeah,
Try
I
again.
definitely gotta watch Loki again because for the majority of it, I was pretty high. So I just it
Oh,
was
God.
great. So I gotta
Womp
rewatch it.
womp.
My bad.
Speaking of try again, these two gave it a go. We weren't expecting it. They came together and put a concert together and squashed their beef, which is pretty amazing. I'm talking about Drake and Kanye.
Mhm.
This recently happened. They were able to come together to have a benefit concert here in Los Angeles.
Mhm.
And I'm here for it. I thought
Yeah.
it was, I haven't watched it yet, but I saw clips.
Uh-huh.
And it just, I'm mad I didn't go. Kind of, not really, because it's, Amari Crown is
Right.
alive
And
and
there was
well.
a lot of people there.
Yeah.
Weren't we here?
We were here.
Yeah,
We
okay.
were here when it was happening.
Oh, okay. So
but
you was busy.
Yeah.
I was busy. I was booked and busy. But I think, especially in the times that we're in with hip hop and all these, unfortunately, hip hop artists that are having beefs and being killed. I think it was really important to have this moment between the two biggest hip hop stars that we have at this current moment,
Mhm.
for them to squash their beef as petty and as, stupid as it was. We don't even know what it was for.
Yeah.
I'm just glad that as some grown men, they can come together and then do it for a cause.
Yeah.
Which what I thought meant something.
Mhm.
So yeah, and it definitely was a moment in hip hop culture. So shout out to Drake and Kanye, who both had albums. Drake dropped out of the Grammys.
Yep.
But they both were nominated at some point for Grammys. So, I think this is huge. And I just pray in 2022 that we don't see as many of our hip hop artists being killed.
Yeah.
Because this is ridiculous. We just lost 2 more within the last month.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, I'm hoping there's a shift that can happen as we go into these next years.
Yeah. I agree. All right. Shout out to them. Applause for the beef squash.
Yeah.
In sports, Super Bowl sport. This year, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers won this year's Super Bowl, beating out Kansas City
Did they? I
Chiefs
totally
31-9.
Yeah.
That feels like so long.
Right,
ago.
but that happened this
Oh
year.
my God.
It was like the
Yeah.
longest year ever.
Yeah.
I said the same thing last year too.
Yeah. Crazy.
I don't even remember.
And it was this. I think this was like the first time Tampa Bay won in like, I don't know,
20 years.
20 years.
Yeah.
or
They
something.
beat.
No, because they beat the Raiders.
That's what I'm saying. 20 years ago.
Was that 20 years ago?
Yeah, 2001.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Oh,
Crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, I was a Raider fan back then. So.
Yeah. The
Oh,
weekend was
Yeah, I'm sorry.
the
Jamarcus
headlining.
Russell, blame him.
oh Lord.
Yeah,
We
exactly.
ain't gonna go there.
Yeah, exactly.
The weekend was the headlining talent for the Pepsi halftime show.
Oh,
that
now I
year.
remember.
Yeah. Okay, that's all coming back to us. Yeah, all right. Yeah.
Yes. My good friend Gerald was actually a dancer.
Oh, nice.
Shout out to
for
Gerald.
the halftime show.
Yes, that
Yeah.
was it was a moment.
It was a moment.
It was a moment.
It wasn't one of my favorite
No.
performances. I was like, and he didn't have any features, right? It was
No,
just
it
him.
No,
was
just
just
him.
him.
He had no guest.
It was strange.
Sometimes those guests help. They help.
Yeah.
But
but I
and
tell
as
you
many
what,
collaborations as he has,
I know all the hooks he has.
so
sung.
many. But I digress. In any case, that happened this year. I thought I'd bring it up.
But I think I'm more excited about the announcement for next year's Super Bowl.
Who-
Halftime
oh,
show.
yeah,
Dr.
yeah.
Dre,
Yep.
Ooh, yeah.
Mhm.
Eminem,
Eminem, Mary J. Blige, Snoop Dogg,
It's gonna be
and Kendrick Lamar.
It's gonna be so amazing,
Yeah.
and it's happening here in Los Angeles. It's gonna go crazy.
Yeah, because when
LA's
you,
about to
when
go
you think of
wild.
LA, you think of Eminem.
Dude,
Bye.
please get out.
Can I get the one button?
Yeah.
over
Nope.
Yes. Womp.
That was hilarious.
It was not.
here? No, but I think them announcing that is that really excited me more than anything. 'Cause
Yeah.
I believe it's gonna
Snoop's
be
there
off
too,
the
right?
hook.
You gonna be
Yeah.
there
Yeah,
too,
Snoop is there.
Yeah, it's gonna be Dr. Aftermath. It's gonna,
Yeah.
he divorced now, so he really feeling
Oh,
himself. So
Mhm.
he might even come out with some music. or
Performance
something.
might be the best ever.
Right.
And it just shows that the culture once again is shifting because we did not have hip hop artists doing halftime at Super Bowl. The best
That's
you
true.
could get is you some Michael Jackson
Mhm.
or
Weeknd.
some Prince.
Yep.
You're I don't want to call them cookie cutter, but acceptable to the masses.
Yeah.
Janet messed it up for a lot of people. Well, not her.
Justin
Justin
messed
and
it
that
up for Janet.
for
Mm.
Janet.
Let's get that.
I'm ready for
clear.
her to come back completely. But I'm excited. I just think this is a new wave, and
Yeah.
I think, you think they're gonna be doing a lot of bleeping?
I wonder. I don't know. I wonder
Yeah.
if they'll just like edit their lyrics.
It's live.
No, but
Oh,
what I
they're
said,
gonna
like if
edit
they
their
change
lyrics.
their own lyrics, just to,
Yeah.
like do perform the radio friendly version.
I was gonna say, have you ever heard like the censored version?
Because they're not.
It's so bad.
I just want to with you.
yeah, I just want to chill with you.
It's like every other word you have to blank out.
Yeah.
Right.
Like imagine them playing explosive.
Oh, they should have a Tupac hologram. Do
Yeah.
California Love.
That
They might do that.
Could.
See,
They
y'all need to
could.
hire me as y'all creative director.
Hey.
There you go. Moving on to politics, Kamala Harris became the first Black woman and the first woman of color sworn into the office of Vice President of the United States this year. That
Shout
happened in
out
January.
Kamala.
You know, and that was, I mean, that's monumental.
Yeah.
Just to see that.
Yeah, she's getting a lot
happen.
of flack right now.
She is that whole administration, and I think it's fair to say,
warranted.
yeah, it's warranted.
It's warranted. I will say it can't be easy though. Like think about all the damage that was done before they came in. Like this has to be the most difficult thing to do.
Yeah,
coming into this administration.
and that's something I learned in high school that has always stuck with me, is that the new president always has to deal with what happened in the administration before him. They have to clean up that
Think
mess.
about Obama.
So their first
Bush.
term is always a mess.
Right.
But this is a real bad.
It's pretty bad. You know, it's pretty
bad.
bad. But shout out to Kamala, who read Charlemagne for filth.
I saw
on
that.
his own show. That was hilarious. Not that I disagree with Charlemagne, and actually shout out to Charlemagne too, because I think his show has been really, really well received within the community, and the things that he discusses is not really typical on television. So yeah, but shout out to Kamala and all the Black girls, especially the ones from Oakland.
Okay.
Oakland girls.
I know that's right. and speaking around the
yeah.
same time that Kamala was sworn in, poets around the world celebrated and were inspired by the very young, talented Amanda Gorman, who gave her who did her poem at the inauguration, and she's gone on to have quite an impressive career. And she's still a teenager. I think she's still in high school.
Is she?
Yeah, she's really young.
Oh my gosh.
She was like 13 or 14 when she presented that, and so now she's gone off to, you know, be on a number of like talk shows and made presentations and all types of things. And it's like, it's good to see poets doing big things, right? So I thought that was really impressive. That was really dope.
I was really impressed with her overall. Just not even just when she did her poetry at the inauguration. I saw interviews and just the way she spoke about her fight and what motivates her. Yeah. I think it was quite amazing. And I think the best quote I got from her actual inauguration speech is she said, "We're not broken, we're just unfinished." And I was like, ooh. That's true. Yeah. You know, because so many people like to say America is broken. The system is broken. And if you really look at it in hindsight, America is still a young country. Yeah. We're still a pretty young country. We're still figuring, in comparison to other nations. Yeah, we're figuring this out. You know, we're not finished. So of course it was built on the backs of trauma. But we're here now. And we have so much more to overcome and so much more to do. So shout out to her for that quote, because that was a bar. Yeah. I ain't broken. I'm just not finished yet. Okay. But before we get into some of these last topics, because we got plenty of time, I shot you guys over a little link from earlier today because, you know, speaking of presidents and inaugurations, this man is quite awesome. Let me go find the link real quick. Obama. Yeah. Every year he puts out his playlist of 2021. Did you guys check it out yet?
No. Wait, I saw it. Okay. I saw it.
So your boy Obama put out his playlist. I'm gonna read through them. His favorite music of 2021, and I just love it because he's like dad, but he's so tapped in with the culture. Yeah. And there's even some people I have to Google. I'm like, who is this? But he dropped it today, and I'm gonna go through it really quickly. He has "The Only Heartbreaker" by Mitski. Do you know who that is?
No,
I haven't heard of that one. Woman, Little Sims, who I have heard of, featuring Cleo Soul. Okay. Which
I love Cleo Soul. I discovered her this year.
A lot on Insecure. Shout out to Insecure too. Yeah. Insecure put a lot of dope artists on their tracks.
Their soundtrack is pretty good.
Yeah. I Don't Live Here Anymore, The War on Drugs, featuring Lucius. All right, I ain't heard of that, Uncle. Pepas, Faruko. We have Tala, which is Tinaman, Madao Mokhtar. Mongolia Blues by Adia Victoria. And then let's see, is there someone else on here that I know? Nas featuring Little Lauryn Hill. Nobody. I did not hear this. Did you guys hear this one? Nobody. Not. I didn't know Nas and Lauryn Hill had a song that came out. And then we have Freedom with John Batiste. Okay.
John Batiste is from New Orleans.
Is he really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I'm trying to see what else we got. Oh, Boomerang by Yeba.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
That was a smash.
Yeah.
And then he has a lot of people I've never heard of. So who be giving him his music?
Obama for your mama.
If you guys don't follow Obama, you want to check out what the president considers to be the best music of 2021. Make sure you guys go over that. Oh, he has Montero, Lil Nas X.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Lil Nas X. I think this year he had a
He
pretty
had a
monumental
year.
Yeah, definitely one to tip your hat off to.
Mhm.
Montero was a very controversial video. I kind of dig the song though. The song was cool, and I think everything else he did this year, and definitely speaking up for himself, and having some shock value.
Yeah.
To everything that he did.
I love it.
He put a
I
stamp
love
on 2021 for sure.
He did.
I'm surprised I didn't see no Adele on
Go
this
ahead, Lil
list.
Nas X.
Who would you say is your top music? I know we kind of discussed it last week, but like your favorite
From this year.
from this year.
Oh man.
What about you, Kelvin?
I'm going back right now. Hold on.
I really don't. I couldn't even tell you.
Like, what's the song you listened to the most this year? You think that like really just got you going?
Because I think there was like music that came out that I listen to a lot of old stuff.
Okay.
Oh, you
Yeah,
know what?
same.
You know what? Okay, the
Oh, Vince Staples.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay,
Vince
Vince
Staples.
Staples.
Yeah, that was dope.
Supersonic
Mm-hmm.
was really good this year.
Mm-hmm.
That came out. Shout out to indie artist V Cartier. He's
Okay.
from LA. I really love his music. He's
Dope.
on the indie side, but he
Dope.
came out. I'm gonna shout out JoJo again.
Okay.
Alina Baraz, who I fell in love with in 2020, who released an album that year.
late.
Loved it. I know. Yeah, I was late. I got put onto her late, and I loved her album last year. And then she released an EP this year,
Okay.
and I was like, yes.
Okay.
Oh, and Lucky Day.
Oh, Lucky Day.
Lucky
I
Day
like
had
Yeah.
a good year.
that.
Lucky
Yeah.
Day had a good
I like
year.
him.
You
Yeah.
said you're
Vince Staples, Mariah the Scientist. I really liked her album.
okay.
And I just kept going back to Circles by Mac Miller.
Okay.
It's just an incredible album. I just keep listening just because I just love it so much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you know, for me,
for you,
there's this artist named Miku. He's really dope.
I've heard of him.
You know,
Yeah.
and he put out songs like every Monday.
Mhm.
You know, MEAKU, and you know, of course, always slapping Miku out throughout the year. So shout out to him.
Hey.
And then favorite female artist, I talked about her so much. Victoria Monet, even though she didn't quite put out anything this year, other than that one song she did drop. She's just always been on repeat.
Did you get a chance to listen to her Christmas album?
No, I did not yet.
It's called a Jaguar Christmas, and there's no vocals on it, but what she did was she did an orchestral arrangement of her singles
Go
and
ahead.
Christmas-fied them.
Hmm.
It's beautiful.
Oh,
It's like a 5-track EP. It's really short, but it's like it has a lot of replay value
She's
because
smart.
it's dope. It's really
I
dope.
don't know how that got past me.
Check it out.
Okay, I'm
Check it
definitely
out.
into that. And then also, of course, shout out to Cheyenne G,
Yeah.
who definitely came with it with the MC vocals this year for me. So you know, I'm just blessed with the music that I have around me. So yeah, you guys make sure you guys check out Obama's list on his Instagram. I'm gonna have to actually go through and listen to some of these people
Yeah.
because I ain't heard a
Still
lot.
waiting on a follow back, so we'll see.
Please shut up.
But moving
Kevin, get
right
off the camera.
along, we had some internal highlights
Yes.
within the Limelight family.
Yeah.
Kicking it off. I mean, we're here. We're a part of the TGN family.
Yeah.
So, you know, shout out to us
That was
for coming over to TGN, and shout out to TGN for wanting us.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
y'all didn't have to want us, but you
Mhm.
did.
Yeah.
And
Limelight
we-
Live is
Shout
on
out
the
to you
air.
guys
It went
for
live.
speaking of wanting. Thank you for having me here. I appreciate
Oh yeah,
it.
Kelvin joined the
Kelvin,
team.
Give yourself an
Yeah.
applause,
Appreciate
Kelvin.
it. Yeah.
Kelvin joined the team.
He's been a blast.
Aw. Shucks.
Oh
but
my
yeah,
gosh.
but you had some pretty dope stuff that happened this year as well.
Yeah, so over at Obvious Magazine, we released the very first music issue. And I was at the helm of that issue as the guest editor in chief for that. And it was a really, really special project. I
Mhm.
was so happy to do that. The cover story was Latin girl group Bella Dos. I flew to New York to oversee that shoot with an incredible creative team. Shout out to photographer Joshua Dwayne who shot that and
Yes.
really helped that vision come to life. And shout out to wardrobe stylist and creative director Saida, who helped really bring it and tie it all in together. It was a long day, a long shoot, but it was incredible. The girls themselves from the group, check them out. Their music is awesome.
Okay.
You know, they were incredible to talk to, and all four of them come from, like, their parents come from different parts of the world, and they did this sisterhood, and
Yeah, it was beautiful.
they're very in tune with each other and their voices, and so I just really appreciated being able to do that. And our other cover story was actually done by you, Cherie.
Who, me?
Yes, you interviewed Willie Jones.
He was amazing.
Yeah,
to
incredible Black country music star, who actually made his debut at the Grand Ole Opry this year, which doesn't happen often for Black artists.
Let me tell you, there has been quite a few Black country artists that have been making waves this year. Don't ask me what their names are, but I have been seeing them around. And the music that I've heard is pretty good. So I think we're ushering in a new wave. And I spoke with Willie about this too.
Yeah.
This new wave. He may not even consider a wave because they've always been there.
Yeah, always been there. They just never gotten the recognition.
Yeah. And now you're seeing them more, and it sounds great.
It does.
I'm here for it.
He highlights a lot of artists on his podcast that he has with Apple Music. And I love that he does that. And he particularly, you know, I mean, he highlights all kinds of music, but, you know, he definitely looks out for his Black counterparts in country music.
Y'all check it out, because if you haven't heard some of these country artists, let me tell you, honey, they be talking about smashing people windows, scratching up people's cars.
Yo, no, country music in general,
gangster.
it's like the stories that they tell.
It's
like, wait a minute,
gangster.
hold up, it's
Very
deep,
Yeah.
it's trifling.
Okay. If
Yes.
y'all didn't know, okay, check out some country music star, because I every now and then I might dabble into it if I hear something I like. But
Right.
yeah, they tell some stories,
They
and
do.
they're very honest,
Mhm.
and it's great. So yeah, shout out to you and thank you for bringing me on, because I was really a joy to do.
And actually that was really special to do, because I got to bring on several of my friends and colleagues to work on that, you know, which was what my goal was, since I was given the reign to take on the editor-in-chief role for that issue. You know, I had full creative control, and I said, well, I'm bringing in my own team. I'm bringing my own team of editors, and that's what I did. I put them on and let them, you know, help me craft the stories that went in here that really highlighted the types of genres and music and artists that typically don't get a lot of spotlight. And that's exactly what we did, you know, and I allowed the editors I brought on to kind of take lead on their stories, and it was just a really special thing.
That's
you know,
awesome.
and it was because of that issue, I mean, it looked really good in my portfolio, you know, and I was able to leverage that, you know, over on to something that happened to me really big with, you know, me transitioning into my new role over at Blavity.
At where?
At Blavity.
Where?
At Blavity.
What? Yes.
To which I'm extremely thankful for. And it was, I mean, if y'all don't know, look, let me tell y'all something. I needed it. Like, it came at the right time, like just in the nick of time. And I feel so grateful and thankful at what my role is there, and just overseeing the branded production for the editorial and social teams.
Which means what?
I basically oversee the teams that produce the content.
That produce the content.
Yeah.
Okay.
Our branded content, which means like the
so you tell people what to do.
Yeah. Well, I don't tell them what to do, but like I help guide, and I oversee it, and I input, and you know, I do get to collaborate creatively on certain campaigns at the very initial phases, which is really, really amazing. So everything that I've done has led up to this, and I've put in a lot of work. You
deserve it.
And so I'm very thankful. But I'm not the only one who got a new role this year. You know, Sharik. You know, where did you start working?
You know, little place called Viacom.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying. I'm, you know, ushered in as
You're up and coming, right?
As an in-house.
It's up and coming, right?
What, Viacom? Oh, you know, they just a little network that you know that just runs a bunch of other networks. But you know, here nor there. It's just crazy how we are in such alignment within how we both got to these places.
Yeah.
And, being independent contractors for so long and doing so much work. And I honestly, the pandemic ushered in opportunities for me that I don't think I would have had otherwise.
I agree.
And it just allowed me the space and the capacity to be able to focus and really hone in on me being an independent contractor. Shout out to EDD.
Okay.
And
for real.
Because bills had to be paid in the midst of all of this. But I was able to do both. I was able to pay bills and I was able to dig in, because when you're really at the independent contractor level, you don't know where your next check is going to come from.
Yeah.
And it's a constant hustle. Do I want to be pigeonholed to corporate America forever? No, not at all. But
we're in some pretty cool spots.
Yeah, the office over there in Hollywood is magnificent. I even was kind of request told to lead the diversity initiative team over at Viacom's integrated marketing committee, which I'm producing all of their content and guiding and eventually telling people what to do. Which I think is pretty cool. It's good to be on the inside now into these corporate, the corporate platform to see how they operate, because they operate so differently than I do as an independent contractor. But I'm learning so much.
Yeah, me too.
The ins and outs and the politics behind it. And I really think having this knowledge and still having my own boutique production company is going to help catapult that. And they're fully aware, honey.
Yeah.
They know what I do.
Yeah.
They actually, we had like an end of the year wrap up meeting last week, and they did like, how in the yearbooks they were like, oh, most likely to They listed me as most likely to host my own talk show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I could totally see that. Yeah.
So, appreciate y'all.
Yes.
Just put it on one of these CBS networks and we can have a conversation. So yeah, I'm proud of us.
I'm very proud,
of us.
See you in the morning slot. Yeah,
mornings. Okay. We we're gonna get it together. But yeah, I just think it's dope. A lot of our friends, I think, really got some dope opportunities.
Yeah.
This year amidst the pandemic.
Yeah. Shout out to Laurel with Startup Starter, and who did Equity Crowdfunding Week, something that the industry and equity had never seen before.
Yeah.
We were a part of that. We got to do our live remote at the tail end of that event, which was really awesome. There's just things have been happening for the people around us.
Yeah.
You just kind of see the proximity of the hustle, the greatness, all of that. Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to Heather, who opened up her own shop.
Yep.
Shout out to you, girl.
Yep.
Frankly Beautiful. She has her own shop now over on Jefferson. So yeah, it's just another person. Oh, there's so many. Niche got some dope roles this year.
Yep.
She's been doing her thing.
Yep.
So yeah, I just think overall 2021 did not lack an opportunity, even though we had to struggle quite a bit.
Yeah.
I think people just kind of buttoned up their bootstraps and got it going.
Right.
So I'm thankful.
I'm thankful too.
What about you? What you do this year? Aside from buy a Tesla.
I met you beautiful people.
Oh.
I feel like I was about to
on vacation again.
I know, right? Yeah, I was like thinking about that was this year. Oh, damn.
That was this year?
Yeah. Hawaii was this year.
Oh, that was this year.
Yeah,
Shout out to Alvinus. He got these degrees.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Got his degree.
There's just so much. Yeah, there's just so much this year. And some losses. We got to get into it.
Yeah.
Me personally, I lost my grandmother this year, which was probably the hardest thing I've ever had to deal with in my life.
Yeah.
That was my biggest supporter. And to lose that much love, on this planet is really difficult.
Yeah.
But she instilled with me a lot of greatness, and I feel her with me constantly. And I think that's what's helping me to keep pushing forward. And, not too soon after I got this role, a lot of blessings have been coming my way. So, 2021 is a bittersweet year for me, but I got some wings. So I'm good with that.
I know that's right. I also want to shout out, or, kind of make note of who we lost, publicly this year. There's quite a few individuals who unfortunately passed, and I wanted to highlight those individuals,
commemorate them.
Yes.
Yeah. So for starters, I know top of the year, Shock G, who is monumental in the hip hop scene. He's Underground, which is appropriate because his group was Digital Underground back in the day. They are who brought us, introduced us to Tupac Shakur. Monumental in my community, being from Oakland, California. I got a chance to meet him. Just all around great creative guy. And I think we also need to make note, because this is not a secret, of the impact that certain drugs and opioids are having amongst our nation. You know, not even just with celebrities, just with the celebrities, you're seeing it in the forefront, but specifically with him, it was heartbreaking. So rest in peace to Shock G.
Right.
Also at the top of the year, the icon, the legend, the beauty, the
Not enough
talent that was Cicely Tyson, who passed. Oh, she's incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible, that woman there. And I remember buying her book. And because the book released,
just came out.
It had just released.
She was on tour,
she
honey.
passed. Yeah.
At 90 something years old. Good life.
Yeah.
Good life. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the one that pretty much shook me and shook a lot of people was the untimely passing of DMX. I still don't think my head is wrapped around it just quite yet. He had just did Verses. He was, picking up some pieces in his life and being very honest about it. I had just watched a Rough Rider documentary that was really good and really in depth into his struggles and his shortcomings and his overcomings. And then what I really loved about DMX was that he wasn't afraid to show his vulnerability as a rapper and as a hardcore rapper. You know what I mean? And just showing like, this is what I went through. I went through depression. I wanted to kill myself. I sought out God. I did this, I did that, and I wasn't happy, and to see him go, it was bittersweet because I kind of feel like he was at peace when he died.
Yeah.
It's always more comforting to know that someone is at a peaceful point in their life when they go. So very sad nonetheless, and we're gonna definitely miss him.
Yeah. Yep. Another incredible artist that we lost, Michael K. Williams.
That was shocking.
You know him from Lovecraft Country, you know him from The Wire. An extremely talented man, extremely talented actor. He passed this year. And that was tragic.
Yeah, he definitely was a monumental figure for the culture and for social justice and reform as well too, which a lot of people didn't know until after his passing. But that was a tough one.
He's an incredible dancer too.
Man, all the stuff that we found out, like he was a background dancer for this person and that person. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
I love it. But shout out to him and rest in peace.
Another legend, Biz Markie.
Yes.
Yeah. That was.
Yeah. What can you say?
Yeah.
He had a good fight, but definitely a hip hop legend and icon.
Yeah. Virgil Abloh. Made huge waves in the fashion world. Another man we lost, unfortunately, to cancer.
And I was quiet about it.
Yeah. He kept it to himself. And he was so young. He was 40.
Barely.
Yeah, or 39.
Something. Yeah. Very young.
Young Dolph.
Yeah, another hip hop artist. There's a long list of hip hop artists. I'm just keep it 100 with y'all. But this was just probably the one that was more in the mainstream. Because we did lose another one just a couple weeks ago, Draco. To violence. Uh-oh, someone's calling in. I think I know who it is. Who's calling? Hey, caller, state your name and your claim.
Hey, this is South Venus calling from the West Side. Hi.
He can't let the last episode of the year go by without calling in.
I couldn't. I'm so sorry. I wish I would have been there. I really wish I could have. But I'm over here making gumbo. Come on,
you better save me some.
We were trying to go to the whole show without mentioning you, and we failed.
Didn't work.
I was listening in, and I just want to say how proud I am of each and every one of y'all. Because I know y'all coming up. We all on the up and up, young, black and brown, doing the thing, setting the tone for Generation Z. Okay, I love every bit of it. I'm so proud of everyone.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah, you too, man. I'm proud of you.
What was your highlight of the year?
You know what? You guys are not going to believe this.
Don't say the gumbo.
But,
Please don't say the gumbo.
No, it's not. That's tomorrow. That's in the future. Josh putting me on this show probably to help me come out of my shell in ways that I didn't think. He heard my goal. He heard my fear of public speaking, and
there's no way you had a fear of public speaking.
Doing it.
I don't believe you.
You said what?
I don't believe you had a fear of public speaking.
Not buying that.
You guys just don't know. You just don't know. I be shaking in my boots when I talk.
Well, we definitely appreciate having you on here to help us really engage in these conversations. You've been wonderful.
Yeah, and I appreciate you just as being a friend of mine. I just appreciate that a lot.
Friend
Kelvin, I love you. I love you, bro. Josh, I love you too.
We love you.
Y'all,
more.
I'm here and listening. About to start this room.
Okay, we can get some gumbo. I'm gonna give me some.
Oh, so
Obama, I'm checking your playlist out.
Kevin's about to tell you something.
Better follow B too, okay?
Kelvin wants to ask you something about the gumbo.
Yeah, so I'm just stopping by and just taking a plate to go. Ryan's not going, so he forfeit. No, hold on. Ryan's not going. So
we're having this conversation off the air.
This is not the time or the place for me to tell you stuff like this, okay?
Thank you.
Bye.
All right, bro.
Bye. Back to our
such a villainous laugh.
Yeah, he's been so great. But just two more people we do want to mention really quickly that we lost. Colin Powell passed away a couple of months ago. He was very integral in the political space and within our country. And all around shocker for that one. And then just the day before yesterday, we lost John Madden. And, the kids might know John Madden as Madden of the Madden video games. I know him because I'm the daughter of a Raider fan lineage, and he was our head coach for 10 years, and we actually won a Super Bowl during that 10 years. Can you believe it?
Can't believe that.
But just as a born into the Raider Nation youngin, I know quite a bit about John Madden. He's very integral in the NFL community, and I got to meet him one time. He was a very sweet man. He hosted a charity event, Bocce Ball. If y'all don't know what Bocce Ball is, I don't know how to tell you what it is.
I don't know what
I've heard of it. I just don't know what it is.
Yeah, him and Steve Mariucci, former head coach of the 49ers, they put together this Bocce Ball tournament to help give back to different communities, and I got to meet him and shake his hand and talk to him, and he was just all around a really good person, and his company is actually doing a lot for different communities. So RIP to John Madden. And on a high note, because I do want to leave it on a high note, just to piggyback off of Al Venus, I want to give us a shout out, and I want to give a shout out to all of our guests that we've had on this show because they have just been so awesome. It's been like the highlight of my weeks because I don't do nothing but be in the house on my computer working.
Me too.
So, from everyone that's come on, especially Al Venus, because he's probably the number one in here. Other than Miku. Miku be here in the background. But he's always here. And he actually did our theme song, him and Shy. So shout out to them. I loved my girls' night, even though you guys weren't here.
I was here.
Well, you were here.
Yeah, that was fun. That was so
such
great.
a fun show. We're gonna do that again. And what was your favorite show?
My favorite show here at the Good News Radio.
At the Good News Radio.
My favorite show. I think my favorite show was our first show.
Our first show was pretty fun.
It was really good. Like there was just this effortless flow that came from us. And I was nervous. I was on that machine, the board, the soundboard. Like, am I doing this right or whatever?
Remember my first time on the sound?
Yes, it was terrible. I don't like to revisit that episode. That was the first episode that I did without you, Sharik. And I don't ever want to revisit that.
We had a blast when you weren't here, but whatever.
My other favorite show, since you've been talking about the beginning, was the one about scammers. That if you guys get a chance, go to Limelight.com and go watch our scammers episode because we had some people calling in with some stories.
Baby,
we had some stories. We might have to do a part 2 for 2022. But that was really good, and that's what we plan on doing is bringing in these topics and having these conversations that you may not typically hear about within the creative realm,
right? Because
that's where we live. We're creatives and we're in these industries, and we're gonna have lots more because now we're in corporate creative industries.
Oh yeah.
So it's gonna get real good.
It's gonna get real good.
But I don't want to lose my job, so I can't say too much.
Me either.
But yeah, so I think that's definitely it. But that's a wrap for us. We want to give our sponsor one more shout out.
Yes, sponsor one more shout out. Thank you to D Slaps Beauty Par for sponsoring this episode. Remember, not only do they offer manicures and pedicures, but you can also get facials, body sculpting, full body massages, and foot massages located in Torrance at 24401 Hawthorne Boulevard. Make sure to ask for Tiana or Mocha, and you let them know that you heard about it. Where?
At Limelight
Live
Show
on the Good News Radio.
Yeah.
Real quick before we go off the air, I want everyone to set an intention or a manifestation for 2022. Something that you want to bring into the new year. I'll start.
Go for it.
But I'm not going into 2022 with uncertainty. I'm going into the year with certainty.
Okay.
We're going into our third year of a pandemic. The past 2 years have felt very uncertain. We've lived in fear, and I don't want that to be my reality anymore. So I don't want to go into the new year with anything in my life that feels uncertain. I want to be sure and secure about the things that I bring in, that I attach myself to. Whether that's emotionally, professionally, through friendships, through relationships. That's kind of like my word of the year, certainty. Yeah. And so that's what I'm bringing into 2022 is certainty.
I love it. I wish I could steal it, but you said what about you?
Just positivity. Just dealing this year is just emotionally and mentally has just been up and down for me. But like the last couple of months, I've been feeling a lot better. I've cut back on certain things like just drinking and just smoking as much and just, focusing on positives, and that's helped a lot. So I'm going to continue with that positivity into the new year and try to continue manifesting things. Like I've been saying for 5 years I was going to get a new car, and I just never did it. You know what I mean? Finally this year, I'm just going for it, and I did, and it's working out perfectly. So
you did it. I'm
going to try to do the same thing for other things in this upcoming year, and
growing in your role as an audio engineer,
some light, and just seeing what other opportunities come my way, and as far as my career and everything. So
that's good. That's good.
What about you?
For me, I'll say forgiveness and acceptance. Forgiveness because I tend to hold on to things.
You be holding grudges, huh?
Not necessarily grudges, but I allow things to affect me emotionally to like the point where I can't sleep at night. And that's just not healthy. So I have to forgive myself even for being the way that I am, and just be more unapologetic about it, and not always having to always fix everything, because I have a fix it solution mentality, and I think I have to just accept the fact that that's not always what's going to happen, and you just have to move on and live your life and worry about you and yours. So forgiveness and accepting the things that I cannot change. Who knows that?
It's a Bible.
I always butcher it. I know exactly what you're talking about. But,
forgive me, thank me, accept it. Just accept it. I'm just gonna forgive and accept, and continue to blossom, all of us. So love you guys.
And with that, we end our final broadcast for 2021.
We'll see y'all.
See y'all next year
in 2022. Bye.
I don't know if you step into the limelight.